Hi, hope you're having a good day. This is Michael Balesta, and it's time to check out what is going on with the Cleveland Browns and Cavaliers, thanks to the Browns NFL NBA apps and websites. After a 10-day absence, the Cleveland Browns returned to the field Sunday against the 2-win Miami Dolphins at First Energy Stadium. Cleveland received the ball first and did not waste any time marching down the field. Kareem Hunt caught a 5-yard pass, but the drive was comprised of Nick Chubb and Jarvis Landry getting the rock from Baker Mayfield. Landry capped off a 72-yard drive with a touchdown catch. Austin Seibert's point after try made it 7-0. Denzel Ward made a tackle for loss after Ryan Fitzpatrick threw to Allen Hurns on Miami's initial play from scrimmage. 2 plays later, Sheldon Richardson sacked the quarterback and forced a fumble. But though the Browns did not recover it, they forced a punt. Then Cleveland started their second drive at their own 23. Wyatt Teller committed an offensive holding penalty, which made it 1st and 16, but the team overcame it. Chubb gained 7, then made a catch and run of 22. Mayfield and the center were on the wrong page as the ball sailed past the quarterback, which went for a loss of 20, which ended the possession. The Dolphins went 3 and out inside their own 20, so the home team gained great field position 60 yards from the end zone. Odell Beckham Jr. hauled in a 4-yard pass, which was followed by a Chubb 7-yard advance. Hunt and Landry picked up short gains. Then Mayfield was able to get Miami to jump before the snap on 3rd and 1. From the 35, Mayfield found Odell on a deep ball over the middle for Cleveland's second score. Seibert connected to make it a 14-point game. The Dolphins picked up 1 first down. Then, strangely, on 4th and 7, Patrick Laird on a fake punt went straight into the line, and the Browns took over less than a minute into the second quarter in opposition territory from the 44-yard line. Stephen Carlson's number was called as his reception went for 8 yards on the next Cleveland series. And then Chubb had 3 straight carries, which totaled 15 yards. Hunt then caught a pass through the air for another 6, then ran likewise for another 6, only for J.C. Treader to be called for holding. Mayfield tried Landry, which was incomplete, but defensive pass interference on Ken Crawley moved the ball from the 25 to the Miami 5. Then Baker threw to Jarvis for the remaining yards, and Landry scored his second touchdown Sunday. Fitzpatrick ran for a first down for Miami, then went to Hurns on another play. Both plays came on 3rd down to move the sticks. And then with under 6 minutes left in the half, Joe Schobert intercepted Ryan, and Cleveland touched the ball for a 5th time. After Chubb ran and caught a pass, it was 3rd and 3 from the Browns' 34. Mayfield hit Landry for almost 10. After Kareem gained 2, it was Beckham's turn for 16 on a short pass. After Mayfield fell on the ball after Hunt fumbled, Demetrius Harris got half of the yardage necessary on 2nd and 16. Then Beckham moved the sticks for 15. Odell was involved on the next play, but the pass in his direction was incomplete. Surprisingly, replay later overturned the call, and defensive pass interference was called on Nick Needham. Hunt ran it in from the 6, and it was 28 points without reply. From there, Cleveland had a stretch where they let off the gas pedal. Fitzpatrick threw passes primarily to Albert Wilson and Mike Gesicki to give Jason Sanders a chance from 36 yards. The kick was good to get the Dolphins on the scoreboard. The Browns forced a punt and were looking good early. Chubb ran for 5, then Landry hauled in a 15-yard pass. Then Ryan Lewis picked off Baker Mayfield, and Miami would make them pay. Kalen Ballage in the Wildcat formation ran for a first down on 3rd and 3. Later in the drive, Ryan Fitzpatrick found Devontae Parker, which set up a Gesicki 11-yard touchdown reception. The Browns on their next possession did a good job draining the clock for 5.5 minutes. Cleveland stuck with Chubb and Landry to make plays to keep the offense on the field. Eventually, Charles Harris and David Godchaw sacked Mayfield for a 7-yard loss, meaning the field goal was 46 yards away. The kick went wide to the right, and the Dolphins got the ball back. Mack Wilson was called for unnecessary roughness after Albert Wilson gained just 1 yard on 3rd and 10. It kept the drive alive. Parker made back-to-back 10-yard catches. Later, Laird picked up a baker's dozen on 2nd and 6 from the Cleveland 19. Richardson did pick up a sack, but 2 plays after that, Fitzpatrick ran for an 8-yard touchdown with time winding down in the third quarter. The Browns did get their bearings back after this period. Mayfield found Harris for 12 on 2nd and 10 from the Cleveland 15. 2 plays later, Chubb ran for 9. Then Baker ran for a first down. Following a completion of Beckham, Mayfield threw his direction to draw another pass interference penalty. The ball moved to the Miami 25, but the drive stalled from there. This time, Seibert was true from 40 with less than 11 and a half minutes left in regulation. On Miami's 9th possession, Greedy Williams did give up a first down by penalty, but T.J. Carey was able to help undo the mistake by sacking Ryan Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 6, and the Browns were able to make sure that the Dolphins would not get any closer on the scoreboard. On the 18th series of the game, Cleveland went back to the ground game on the first play, as Nick Chubb gained 4. Then Baker went to Jarvis for 22, just shy of midfield. Mayfield connected with Landry, which held up after review, since Miami was hoping offensive pass interference would be called, but to no avail. The ball rested on the 11, and though they threw 2 incompletions to stop the clock, the Browns made another field goal to make it a 3-score game with just under 7 minutes remaining. Miami was forced to press the issue. On 2nd and 10 from the Dolphins' 25, Porter Gustin sacked Fitzpatrick. Then on the next play, Schobert picked off the quarterback for a return. The flag on the play was an illegal block following the turnover, so Cleveland was back on offense. Chubb was able to break through for 17 yards. 2 plays later, it looked like they were about to let Miami have a short field following Jerome Baker's theft of Mayfield down at the Cleveland 31 with an interception. However, a penalty of unnecessary roughness on Stephen Parker put the ball at the 8. Chubb did the rest, scoring from the 5 on 2nd and goal for the final points for the home team as Seibert made it 41. The Browns conceded a touchdown to Hearns, who was left uncovered in the end zone with less than a minute left, but the scoring was complete. Garrett Gilbert took one kneel down to give Cleveland their 3rd straight victory, a 17-point decision. Elsewhere within the division, the Baltimore Ravens keep on imposing their will as Lamar Jackson threw 5 touchdown passes Monday night in Los Angeles against the Rams in a 45-6 rout. Baltimore is 9-2 and will host the 10-1 San Francisco 49ers coming up. Winless Cincinnati hosts the 4-7 New York Jets in Ohio in their next game. Pittsburgh beat the Bengals 16-10 as Devlin Hodges threw the Steelers' only touchdown to James Washington, so they are 6-5. Cleveland at 5-6 look to pull into a tie for 2nd place, and if so, the Browns would own the tiebreaker, having beaten them both times this season, and they would really make their presence felt in the midst of the AFC wild card race. All 3 aforementioned games are at noon on Sunday, so be sure to come early to Red Rock Bar and Grill on Midway and Frankfurt to cheer Cleveland on with the North Texas Browns Backers Club. The Cleveland Cavaliers were in Miami this past Wednesday, and they led, but only in the infant stages of the first quarter. From there, it was all heat. The teams combined for 42 turnovers. Cleveland did have a 13-8 edge in steals and 11-7 in fast break points. The home team made more than half of their 3-point shots. Really, the game was decided by the bench as Miami outscored them 50-27. Kevin Love scored 25, finishing with 13 rebounds. Colin Sexton was efficient, putting in 19. Darius Garland and Jordan Clarkson found it difficult to score, but were 2 of 5 Cavaliers that scored at least 10 points. Larry Nance Jr., the other one to do so, made half of his 12 tries in nearly 35 minutes of action. Zeddy Osman did not have the stroke, making just 1 field goal. Duncan Robinson had a game-high 29 points for the Heat. Jimmy Butler struggled mightily from the floor, but got to the foul line very often, and he was able to get 21. Tyler Hero was 9 of 13, while Bam Adebayo made all 5 of his tries from the field. The final score was 124-100 in favor of Miami. In Dallas Friday, against the Mavericks, the visiting team hung around for a quarter, but once again were going along for the ride against the young and talented Luka Doncic. The second-year player made 11 of his 18 shots and threw in 14 assists. For the Cavs, Garland had a very good game, making 9 of 16 from the floor, which included 5 from outside the arc. Osmond was not bad either, making more than half of his 10 attempts, finishing with 18 points. Sexton had a tough night shooting, but was a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Cleveland was outclassed in the team categories, and it showed on the scoreboard as Dallas won 143 to 101. Things got a lot better on Saturday as the Cavaliers welcomed Portland. The game went in inverse order in this one. The Trailblazers had a good first quarter, and though they enjoyed a brief lead midway through the second, it was all Cleveland from the second stanza onwards. They scored 50 points in the paint, were 14 to 3 in second chance points, and had the upper hand in transition. The Cavs won the rebounding, which was not in their favor in recent games. Both teams were under 45% from the floor. Clarkson was the high scorer with 28 and had 8 quick points when Portland closed within 6 with just over 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Again, Cleveland saw their margin trimmed to 5, but Nance Jr. and Tristan Thompson answered the call inside of 3 minutes left. Then the Cavs were just able to keep the opposition at arm's length to see out a 110 to 104 win. Thompson wound up scoring a quarter century and 10 boards, while Sexton was 7 of 14 on the night for 19. Kevin Love was not in the lineup. As for the Trailblazers, C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard were responsible for 43 of their team's points. Monday night was a tight affair with the Brooklyn Nets in downtown Cleveland. Neither team enjoyed a double-digit advantage, one in which there were 13 lead changes and 8 ties. The Cavaliers were down 106 to 97 with just over 2 minutes to play. Colin Sexton made a jumper and was fouled. After making the free throw, Cleveland got a stop. Then Clarkson made a layup, 2 of his 23 points. Jordan then knocked down a 3 with about a minute left. Colin was then fouled after a Nance rebound. He tied the game with the first free throw, but missed the second with 21.5 seconds on the clock, but an offensive rebound gave them another chance to go in front. Clarkson missed a layup, followed by a Sexton missed three-pointer and a shot clock violation, which gave Brooklyn the last shot. It took a Spencer Dinwiddie fadeaway jumper with 1.6 seconds left to break the stalemate, which gave Brooklyn the 108-106 win. Dinwiddie finished with 23, while Jarrett Allen ended up with 22 points and 21 rebounds. As for the Cavs, Larry Nance Jr. scored 20 and Sexton 18. Osmond had good touch on this night, making 6 of 8. Clarkson was great behind the three-point line. Unfortunately, it was not enough. Cleveland sits 13th in the Eastern Conference at 5-12, one game above Atlanta and New York. The Cavaliers return to the court Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central when they host the Milwaukee Bucks, who as of today hold the best record in the East. After that, the team will not play again until a week from today. Likewise, it will be in Cleveland versus the Detroit Pistons just after 6 o'clock. Please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. The text of this blog is available at http://www.mjbalesta2, as in the number 2, .wordpress.com. I am on Twitter at mjbalesta2, on Facebook at Michael Balesta, and on Instagram at mjbalesta2. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Balesta Roman numeral 2. If you could, I would love your feedback in the comments section. And if you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much. May you have a great week. And thank you for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless you.